Now let's talk about what everyone is whispering about behind closed doors. Amal Clooney's private message to her husband, George Clooney, reportedly leaked, and the contents of that message have left fans stunned. But what's even more shocking is George's reaction. For a man known for keeping his personal life low-key, his response said more than a dozen interviews could. This isn't just another celebrity rumor. This is a moment that reveals exactly where their marriage stands, and why things may never be the same again. For years, Amal and George Clooney have maintained the image of a power couple who had everything figured out. The brilliant human rights lawyer and the Hollywood legend seemed to move in perfect sync. Whenever they appeared together, whether on a red carpet or at a charitable event, the world saw balance, respect, and quiet admiration. But what people often forget is that even the most polished couples have cracks behind the scenes. Pressure builds, schedules clash, expectations become overwhelming, and sometimes, one message is all it takes to reveal what has been buried beneath months of silence. According to insiders close to the Clooney inner circle, Amal sent George a deeply personal message during one of their most tense weeks yet. The message, said to be longer than anything she had ever written to him privately, addressed concerns she had kept quiet for far too long. Sources say it wasn't angry, but painfully honest. She wanted George to understand that certain decisions he was making were affecting their family in ways he didn't seem to realize. She reportedly expressed disappointment, frustration, and a longing for change. She wanted balance. She wanted clarity. She wanted George to stop living like the movie star the world adored and start living like the partner she desperately needed at home. This was not the kind of message you send lightly. It was the kind of message you send when something inside you finally breaks. What made everything spiral was not the message itself, but the fact that it somehow leaked. Only a small number of people had access to it, which means someone close enough or bold enough chose to share what should have remained private. Hollywood insiders believe the leak didn't come from Amal's side, which immediately triggered questions about who in George's circle might have allowed this to surface. Suddenly, their calm, carefully managed image burst into the spotlight with a story neither of them were prepared to address. George Clooney's reaction. A moment of truth. George Clooney is famously composed, charming, and unshakable. But those who witnessed his reaction said he looked genuinely stunned. Not angry, not embarrassed, just deeply shaken. George reportedly reread the message several times, and it hit him harder each time. For the first time in a long time, he was forced to confront the fact that Amal, his wife, the woman whose strength he admired more than anything, had reached a place of emotional exhaustion. Sources say his first reaction was silence. He didn't attempt damage control. He didn't call Amal in frustration. He sat with it, and that silence said everything. It showed that he recognized the weight of her words, and that he knew something had been building that he had failed to address. Those close to the situation claim he even admitted privately that he should have seen the signs earlier. The aftermath. A shift behind closed doors. Once George processed the message, insiders say he became noticeably more reflective. He reportedly pulled back from several commitments, suddenly more present at home. Those near the couple claim he made an effort to spend time with Amal in a way that felt almost like they were rediscovering each other. While the public saw them smiling at events, what was happening privately was far more meaningful. They were having real conversations, difficult conversations about their marriage, their family, and what they wanted moving forward. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't explosive. It was quiet, intentional, and deeply necessary. What this reveals about their future. If the message had never leaked, the world might never have known how close the Clooneys were to reaching a breaking point. But in a strange twist, the leak exposed something powerful. Amal and George are fighting for their marriage, not running from it. Amal's private message was not a threat. It was a plea for partnership. And George's reaction was not defensive. It was humbling. This moment showed the world that even the strongest couples need recalibration. And sometimes, the only way forward is to speak the truth that's hardest to say. Outro. The story continues. This story is far from over. What happens next for Amal and George is something the world will be watching closely. If you want the latest updates, deeper breakdowns, and exclusive stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on all notifications so you never miss a single episode. Thank you for watching until the end. Your support helps us bring you more stories that reveal the real heart behind Hollywood headlines.